What's up, y'all? Welcome to my replay viewers. Thank you guys so much for jumping in, checking out my broadcast. Sorry I missed you live, but so glad you guys took some time to check it out. What is up to my live crew this morning? Great to see y'all this morning. So glad to have you here. I appreciate you guys coming in to hang out with me on this Thursday morning. Matilda, what's up, my friend? Thanks for coming in. Kat, good morning to you. Thanks for being here. Tracy, good morning to you. Alexis, good morning to you. Brian, what's up, man? Nice to see you, buddy. Y'all are awesome. Today we're going to talk about giving yourself a competitive advantage, how to give yourself a competitive advantage in the back half of the year. Are y'all excited about the back half of the year? I'm like, do you guys get as excited about the back half of the year as I do? It's such a crucial season. I call it money season. And I'm going to be talking a lot about this over the coming weeks because there's so many things that we should be thinking about and preparing for and setting ourselves up to leverage in the back half of the year. And there's also, along with that, there's some things that are just going to be an absolute necessity for you to be able to leverage and get out of these opportunities that you really want to get out of these opportunities. So today I'm going to be talking about I'm going to give you the best advice that I can give you to crush the back half of the year. I got 6 things that I'm going to give you this morning, and these are 6 things that I just believe are an absolute essential for you to be able to leverage the opportunity and get as much out of the goals that you are chasing in the next 5 months, because you got 5 months left in this year, and they're going to be great 5 months if you can really do it right. So that's our plan. That's our topic for today. Cheers and good morning to you. I hope your morning beverage is delicious. I hope your day has been spectacular so far. Grab your pen and paper. Hang tight. I'll be right back with you. Hold on. My coffee is exceptionally delicious today. My name is Justin, y'all. In case you don't know who I am, Justin Kaplan Pro is my website. I am a startup business mentor and a branding strategist that specializes in helping amazing people like you build a business that's profitable and sustainable and leverages the power of social media marketing to be awesome, and shows people who you are and what you're about and gives them the opportunity to experience you. That's what I do. I do it good, I do it well, and I'd love to help you. I appreciate you being here. If anybody's brand new, welcome. I hope you're here with a smile on your face because we like to have a good time around here. And I hope you're ready to learn something. We're talking today about success secrets. And I'm going to give you some of the best advice that I can give you to crush the back half of the year. I'm going to start you out with a quote today by the man, Tony Robbins. Matilda says it tastes better when you need it more. Maybe. Mine is just good today. And I don't even know if I necessarily need it, Matilda. It's just really good today. The only thing that could make that coffee better today is a crumble cookie. Yeah. Because crumble cookies are amazing. And I know some of you, I've gotten some of y'all addicted to crumble cookies, but man, oh man, if I could have a crumble cookie, just to have a cookie with this, they should make a coffee cake crumble cookie, like this is a breakfast cookie or a cinnamon roll one. I wonder if they ever had made a cinnamon roll one. We need to stop it because I'm going to get off topic. We're talking today about the best advice that I can give you to crush the back half of the year. Jamie, what's up, my friend? And I'm going to give you a quote by the man, Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins says, anytime you sincerely want to make a change, the first thing you must do is raise your standards. Don't you love that? How many of y'all are excited about the back half of the year? How many are excited about the things that you are working on? The promptings that the Lord has given you, the ideas that the Lord has laid on your heart. I am so excited about this. I got so much stuff that I'm working on right now, and I cannot wait to release it and unveil it and drop it to the world. But I tell you what, when you have goals and you have aspirations and you have things that you are working to pursue, milestones that you're trying to achieve, you got to recognize that those levels that you haven't reached yet, those areas that you haven't arrived at yet, those things that you're trying to accomplish that you haven't accomplished yet, are going to require you to raise your standards. Anytime you sincerely want to make a change, the first thing you must do is raise your standards. Those goals that you're chasing this year are going to require a bit more of you than you're given right now. They're going to require a little more focus, a little more attention, a little more determination, a little more drive, a little more sweat, possibly a few more tears. It's going to force you to push yourself beyond where you have already been, because to do something you've never done, you have to become someone you've never been. So we're going to push ourselves a little bit today, and I'm going to challenge you to raise your standards in these 6 different areas that I'm going to give you as we go through these. Good morning to you, Alexis. Thanks for being here, buddy. And Jackie, great morning to you. I appreciate it. Jackie says, I declare a season of unequaled prosperity. I love that. I declare this to be a season of abundance. I declare this to be a season of breakthrough for every single one of y'all. I declare that the Lord opens doors that only the Lord can open. I declare that He streamlines your processes, gives you clarity that you've never had before, gives you momentum that you've never experienced before. Y'all receive that? I declare that this is a season of abundance and breakthrough. I declare this is a season where the Lord makes crooked places straight. I declare this to be a season of overflow. In Jesus' name, amen. Whew. Tasha was watching the replay. You're funny. Welcome in, Tasha. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's get into these things. I'm going to get to work. I'm going to teach you something this morning. All right, number 1. First thing I'm going to tell you, again, it's very best advice that I can give you to crush the back half of the year. The first one I'm going to tell you is that emotional connections are the driver of business results. Emotional connections are the driver of business results. I'm going to challenge you to seek out to make at least one new connection every single day. You have to. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Listen, y'all, if you are thinking about this back half of the year and you're thinking about seasons like the transition from summer to fall, you're thinking about Black Friday, you're thinking about New Year, you're thinking about all the opportunities that you have to present your business, showcase your product, and sell whatever it is that you're selling, and leverage the season to experience increase. If you're looking for this to be a harvest time for you, you have got to be making connections today, because the people that you connect to today are the ones that are going to buy things from you tomorrow. All right. You've got to make connections. You've got to be doing things to build relationships with you, because the people that pay you and hire you and work with you and invest in you are the ones that have experienced you in some way and they've already crossed that bridge personally. Now they're ready to cross the bridge professionally. Emotional connections are the driver of business results. You got to be striking an emotional chord with people, and you got to give them the opportunity to experience you, to know you. All right. So that's my first challenge for you, is to make one new connection every single day. Will you do that? Put I will in the chat room if you make that commitment. It's a necessity. And I tell you what, if you don't make that an intentional focus, if you don't put that on your to-do list, your priority list, your focus list every single day, you won't do it. Because if it's not right in the front lobe of your brain every single day, you'll go days, sometimes you'll go weeks, and you'll be like, man, I have not made it a priority to connect to anyone today. And I've told you this, guys, a million times. I get people that ask me all the time, Justin, how do you manage and measure your social metrics? You're like, how do you determine whether what you're doing is working? Like at the end of a month, when I look back on a month, I don't look back at my views, my likes, my shares, my comments, and base my success off of likes, views, shares, and comments. I view my success off of the connections that I'm making. I pull out a list and I ask myself, how many new relationships did I establish last month? How am I advancing and growing the current relationships that I have? My success in my business, my P&L statement is the people in my life. And if I am successfully cultivating the relationships that I have, bringing new relationships to me, I am growing. Business is about people. If nobody knows you and you don't have anybody that's engaging with you, you don't have anybody that you're building rapport and respect with, you don't have a business. You have information in your head that you're sharing with no one. Okay? That's your first one. Emotional connections are the driver of business results. The second one I'm going to tell you, number 2, is right along the same lines, but this is very important to understand. Sales growth sales growth requires relationship mastery. Your income will grow in line with the pace at which you are able to develop relationships. These first 2 points I'm giving you are all about people, because the people that you engage with are the most important thing in your business. Like engaging with people and developing relationships with people is a key income producing activity. If you are not including that in your daily actions, you're missing something. Okay? Sales growth requires relationship mastery. It's a great way to give yourself a gut check if you're thinking about how you really want to leverage this back half of the year. You're like, I'm excited, Justin. I'm excited for my new idea. I'm excited for the product that I'm building. I'm excited for the program that I'm getting ready to launch. I'm excited for the new release of the book that I'm writing. I'm excited for the whatever. I'm like, how many people are excited about it with you? How many people will be excited about it when you reveal that to the world? And you're like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You got to have an idea of who might actually want whatever it is that you are revealing to the world. There has to be that pool of people, because that pool of people are the ones that will actually jump on it. And if you don't know those people, if you don't have an idea of who or how many people might actually be as excited as you are when you reveal that, you gotta change something right now and say, what do I need to do right now to build relationships? What do I need to do right now to give people the opportunity to experience me and to draw into me, to lean into me, and to want to know what I'm doing and to be interested or excited about the new things that I have to come? Your business will grow at the same pace at which you're able to develop and grow new relationships. Number 3, you are your number one marketing tool. You are your number one marketing tool. You are the only thing that no one can compete with. Leverage that. Lean into that. Realize that the secret sauce in your business is you, your humor, your expertise, your wisdom, your background, the way you do things, the way you apply your knowledge to your industry. People have options for who they're going to hire. They have options for who they're going to go to. And believe me, when people are looking to hire someone or invest in someone, they're looking at their options. What makes them choose you is you, not your information. People don't pay for information. People pay for the person who's delivering the information. It's super important for you to recognize that you have got to be the face of whatever it is that you're selling. And the reason why they're going to come and get it from you is because of you. You believe it or not, I've said this before. I am not the only person in the world that does branding. I'm not the only person in the world that helps startup business owners. I heard the thud. Someone just fell out your chair. I'm not the only one. There are a bazillion people on this planet that if you're looking for help with branding, you're looking for help for getting a website built, you're looking for startup business coaching, you have a sea of options of people to choose from. But I am the only me. I'm the only one who does it my way. I'm the only Justin Kaplan Pro. And there's certain things that I do the way that I do them, where if you want an experience that I believe is unmatched, you'll hire me, because I will go deeper with you than most. I will be more intimate and involved with you than most. I will do more for you than most. I'll also filter everything that I do through the biblical principle, which is beyond what most will do. I'm the only me. Leverage that, y'all. You're your number one marketing tool. If you are not finding ways to interject everything that God made you into your business and into your marketing, you're missing something. Don't sugarcoat or just gloss over the uniqueness that God made you just so you can get a message out or a product out. Greg, what's up, brother? I appreciate you being here. You gotta mix you in there, because God created you to be exactly who He has called you to be. And He's equipped you with everything that you need to do exactly what He has called you to do. You are designed for a purpose. You have an assignment on your life today. And you know what else is awesome is He's already lined up exactly the people that need what you have to offer. You know what though? I think about these people that need me. I think about the people that need you. I look at all your faces in here today. I think about all the different things that you guys are capable of doing, all the different skills that you have, all the different giftings that you have. And I think about all the people in the world that need you today, that need your information, that need your wisdom, that need your guidance, that they are where you were and they're trying to figure out how to get through that, try to get over that, try to get beyond that. You have the answer to their problem. But their need does not go away because you didn't show up. I said their problem, their frustration, their storm does not go away because you didn't show up. What happens is if you don't show up, they're going to go find someone else who did show up and they'll work with them and they'll pay them and they'll invest in them and they'll grow with them because they showed up. Don't be that person. I think about my girl Tasha. Can I just brag on Tasha for a second? I put a challenge out in April to do a live HAPS broadcast every weekday morning. And if I recall, up until then, Tasha had done some broadcasts, but she never done it that consistently. Now, Tasha has been going live every morning on the dot, 7 a.m. my time. What is it, 6 Central? Every morning. Unwavering, consistent, unwavering. And every time I see your replay come across, is right before mine. Every time I see it, I'm like, there's my girl doing her thing. And you know what, girl? You are every time you do a live broadcast, you are sowing a seed. And you're going to reap your harvest. You're already reaping your harvest, and it's going to continue to come because you have been investing and investing and investing and investing. I think about Jamie, who started a podcast in January, and she was nervous about it, and she was uncertain about it, and she wasn't sure how this was all going to pan out. But she's like, I'm going to do this because the Lord prompted me to do it, and I'm going to go all in. And week after week after week, she is excellent with it. And she posts her podcast and she puts up her graphics and she chooses her topics. And week after week after week after week, she shows up and she does it and she's there and she does it and she's there and she does it. And now she's got over 10,000 podcast downloads. She's got young moldable minds, teen girls reaching out to her for help, asking her for advice, asking her for information. She is doing exactly what God has called her to do. And it takes work. You don't get to just open the doors of your business and start reaping your harvest. You open the doors for your business and step out those doors and start investing in people. You start sowing seeds. You start reaching out to people. You do the work. You sweat. You grind, and you have to do all of that for a while before you'll ever see a harvest. Everyone thinks that I'm just gonna go start a business. I got this idea for a business, Justin. I'm gonna start this business. I'm gonna open up the doors, and they're all gonna come in to meet me. Wrong. Everybody put wrong in the chat stream. You get this idea for a business. You get this idea for a mission, for an assignment that you want to go out and give to the world. You create the business, you open the doors, and then you have to step out the doors and go out and meet them. You have to go out and find them. They have to experience you. They have to have an opportunity with you. They have to be able to see what you can do for them. I've often, and I'll say this again, I've said this often, that I believe wholeheartedly that I need to invest in you long before I can expect you to invest in me. It doesn't mean that I need to invest my money in you. It just means I need to invest my time, my energy, my resources, my knowledge, my wisdom, all the things that the Lord has planted up in here. He's given me all these tools. I don't believe the Lord gave me these tools and the things that I know and the things he's equipped me with for me. He didn't give this to me for me. He gave this to me for you. It's like, Justin, I'm going to give you this. And I want you to go out and give it to them. I want you to go out and help them, teach them. What a cool thing that I get to do every day. I get to work with amazingly talented and gifted people that have amazing assignments on our life. I get to work with people like Jamie Kirshner, who the Lord has called her to reach young teens and help them through the seasons that they have to go through in their lives to become amazing, amazing young women of the Lord. what an awesome gift that I get to work with Jamie. I'm blessed to work with Jamie Kirshner and to be able to help her do what God has called her to do, to help her with the tools and the strategy and give her the ideas and help her do what the Lord has called her to do, to go out and impact these young people of our world. How cool is that? I get to work with Tasha and help Tasha to go out and help people find their purpose and to actually step in and lean into the calling that God has put on their lives. How cool is that? It's amazing. How blessed am I? So, number 3, you are your number one marketing tool. You are the only thing that no one can compete with. So, as you are leaning into the back half of this year and you're thinking about, you're excited about all the things and you're looking forward to all the things, you need to ask yourself, how am I interjecting me into everything that I'm doing? Because the Lord give you those gifts and that ability and that personality and that style and that rhythm for a reason. Because leveraging you and being 100% you is what's going to attract the people who are meant to find you. Does that make sense? It's going to help you attract the people that are meant to find you. All right. Number 4, I got 3 left for you. Cheers and good morning to you, y'all. Hope your coffee or your morning beverage is delicious. Number 4 is there's way too much noise for you to be conservative. There's way too much noise in this marketplace for you to be conservative. Average goes unnoticed. Average isn't good enough. It's not. I mean, and there's a great saying that says, done is better than perfect. I agree. Done is better than perfect. Where, sometimes, you can get so caught up in perfectionism and trying to make something perfect that you just never do it. And sometimes you just got to get things done. But also there's, mediocrity is not better than perfect. All right. Done is better than perfect. Make sure that you're not dancing on the line of just throwing out garbage just to say you got something done. It's important to recognize that average goes unnoticed. You've got to find ways to be disruptive. You've got to find ways to be shocking. You've got to find ways to create some serious waves around you so that people are like, geez, what are they up to? It's necessary to find ways to create momentum and excitement around all the things that you're doing. That's why strategy is very important. That's why it's one of the number one things that I help my people with is you've got to find, what my people, I help them, create and develop and build ideas. But then once we get the idea, once we get that whole thing developed, then we're like, all right, let's talk launch. We've got to create momentum around this launch. We've got to create excitement around this launch. We've got to create attention around this launch because you have to find a way to cut through all the noise of the swiping. We live in a swipe world. Everybody's wearing their thumbprints off, just swiping on their phones. And they're so used to seeing the same old stuff. People aren't surprised by clickbait anymore. People aren't surprised by freemiums anymore. People aren't surprised by your average, basic, normal marketing tactics that everybody else is doing. You got to find ways to give people something they've never seen before. And this is where I'm so thankful for the Holy Spirit, because this is where I pray every single day in my business that I ask the Lord to give me. I say this in my prayers every morning. I ask the Lord to give me ideas today that are anointed for breakthrough. Give me ideas from my clients today that are anointed for breakthrough. Give me the opportunity to sow in and pour into the people that I have the opportunity to sow in and pour in today, and help me give them things that are going to be the secret to their success. Help me, give me wisdom and thoughts and words and ideas that are going to water their seeds and bring in their harvest. Average is unnoticed. You've got to find ways to be disruptive. That's number 4. Number 5 is consistent visibility will make you or break you. Consistent visibility will make you or break you. I think about I'm just going to use Tasha and Jamie as an example. Jamie has had some huge milestones this year with her podcast. And Jamie's done a lot of stuff. I've been working with Jamie for a long time. And Jamie's built academies and she's done a variety of different things. And the podcast was her sweet sauce. Her podcast was the spot that she needed to land. And she gave it 100% of her attention. But I think about what you have gone through with that podcast this year. Jamie has been exceptional in building this podcast. In case you want to check this out, in case any of y'all have teen girls, Jamie's podcast is called Uncommon Teen. And I'd love for you to look it up. She also has an amazing app that an incredibly talented app designer built for her. But I'd love for you to check it out. Uncommon Teen. Uncommon Teen's in the App Store on Apple and Google Play, and her podcast is incredible. But you know what I love about Jamie's story? Jamie started this in January, and she's been so intentional about this podcast and she's reaping, and she's telling me the stories of these girls that are reaching out to her after the podcast and all the things that are going on with this. And what some of y'all may not know about Jamie is Jamie moved into a brand new house. When did you move into your house? It was right around the same time you started the podcast, I believe, Jamie, right? She moved into a brand new house. She's got 2 kids. She's got all the things that went along with moving into this house. And when she got moved into this house, she found out she had no Wi-Fi. And she's been dealing with no Wi-Fi for the entire flipping year. So she started the podcast in January, moved into the new house in February, got in the new house, no Wi-Fi. Now, Jamie has had every opportunity. Listen to me, y'all. She has had every opportunity to make excuses for herself. I'm not going to be able to get a podcast out this week because I've got all the stuff going on with the house. I got all the stuff going on with the kids. I've got all the stuff going on with Ken. I've got this and this and this and this. I've got that. She's had every opportunity to make excuses for why she would not show up for her people. But she didn't make excuses. She found a way. There's a great quote by Zig Ziglar that says, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. She didn't find any excuses. She found a way every single time. And she's put an episode out every single week. And that is why you're reaping harvest. It's because she has been a good steward of the gift that God has given her. She's been a good steward of the assignment that God put on her plate. And he said, I told you to get out and do this podcast. Didn't say it was going to be easy. I didn't say it was going to be fun all the time, but I told you to go out and put this podcast out because there's young girls out there that need you. And she's doing that, and she's reaping that harvest because of it. Consistent visibility will make you, will break you. Tasha gave me a testimony this past week. Tasha said to me, she's been working and working and working and working, and I've been challenging her on her fees. I've been challenging her on her value and what she's able to charge. And she had a huge breakthrough this past week where she had someone reach out to her and they're ready to hire her for her most premium fee that I challenged her to put up there. And I don't believe you would have had that opportunity, Tasha, have you had not been showing up and doing your lives every single day, every single day, every single day. You know what? I'm inspired by you, Tasha, because I see the things that you've been doing since April. I see every broadcast that you've been doing since April. And I realize by watching you and paying attention to every single thing that you're doing, I realize the impact that I have had on people for the last 5 years showing up every single day. It hit me because I've never really seen that before. I've heard people tell me, Justin, one of the number one reasons why I hired you is because you've stood the test of time. You're always here. You always show up right on the dot, 8 o'clock every morning, right on the dot. You're always here. And I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. But it's never really sunk in. It didn't sink in until I see Tasha doing it, because I know it's not easy. It's not easy to show up every day. It's not easy to push through every single day. It's not easy to do it on the days that you don't feel like it and you don't feel good. And every single thing in your world seems to be working against you, but you still show up. And I believe this first client that reached out to you and is paying your premium fee is just the very tip of the iceberg. It's just the very beginning of your harvest. Tasha, I declare an abundant increase in your world this year. Yeah, and I love that. Jackie, I agree. Her Tasha's come from her heart. She doesn't just throw it out just to throw it out. She doesn't just do it just to do it. She does it because she's got something on her heart to share. And she's genuinely passionate about helping people find their purpose. And I love that. It's not easy coming up with new topics every day. My goodness. It's not it's not easy showing up, but I will tell you this, number 5, consistent visibility will make you or break you. If you ask me at the end of this year, Justin, what is one of the number one reasons why people struggle to reach the goals that they achieve in building a business and acquiring clients online? I'll tell you, it's visibility. It all boils down to visibility. Your willingness and your commitment to show up for your audience, be visible, and give them the opportunity to experience you. It's the number one reason. That's it. It's people. Business is about people. They have to have the opportunity to experience you. They've got to. That's number 5. So, as you go into this back half of the year, you need to be asking yourself right now, what am I doing to show up for my people? What am I doing to create opportunity? What am I doing to give people the opportunity to experience me? And am I doing enough of that? Am I doing enough of that? Or do I need to do more? Do I need to show up more for my people? I appreciate you, Tasha. You're awesome, buddy. Last one, number 6. This is such a big one, y'all. Theron, what's up, girl? Thanks for coming in. Happy Thursday to you. Cheers and good morning, y'all. All right. Number 6. Y'all ready? This is so important. I really want you to get this, y'all. Number 6. I'm giving you guys 6 of the best pieces of advice that I can give you to crush the back half of the year. Okay. Number 6 is make moves without all the answers. The Lord is going to prompt you to do something. Do it despite the question marks, despite the fear, despite the insecurity. Make moves without all the answers. Do it afraid. There's going to things that are going to come against you. There's going to be seasons that feel like a struggle. Make moves without all the answers. Move forward on that. Take that step. Do that thing. Give that thing a chance. Whatever that is, give it a chance. Because if you sit and you wait and you sit and you wait for the circumstances to be right, for the season to be right, for the opportunity to be right, for when you feel like it, for when you're less busy, for when you're less consumed, or when you're more in the mood, it'll never happen for you. Isn't it amazing? There's a quote that says the opportunity of a lifetime must be I can't remember the word. I guess must be taken advantage of in the lifetime of the opportunity. Something like that, right? The opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. You gotta step out when the Lord gives you a prompting to do something. You gotta learn just to listen to that still small voice and step out and just do it, despite the fact that you don't have all the answers. Man, I could sit here and talk to you all day about the number of times that the Lord has prompted me to do something, and immediately once the inspiration strikes with the idea, immediately everything else floods in. All the what ifs, all the fear, all the I don't know if I can do that. What if it doesn't succeed? What if it does succeed? What if? But instead you realize, the Lord just gave this to me because he wants me to do it. He's equipped me to do it. He's positioned me to do it. He's prepared me to do it. Lean into that. Step into that. Take that chance and make moves without all the answers. I promise you it'll pan out for you. This is something that I'm so passionate about telling you. Make moves without all the answers. That's the best advice you heard in a while. I love that, Matilda. Do it. If you've got something that's been laid on your heart and you don't have all the answers, go do it. And if you have the opportunity to do it today. For Pete's sake, do it as soon as possible. Stop waiting. And I'm going to challenge you this. There's a 48, there's I don't know, I guess what would we say? Scientific fact. There's a 48-hour window of when you're prompted to do something. If you don't take action in 48 hours, at least one action towards that thing within 48 hours, there's like a 98% likelihood that you won't do it. if you do not take a step in 48 hours, because that initial 48 hours is when it's raw and it's fresh and it's real in your spirit. You've got to take a step toward it. Take a step toward it. Okay. Number 6, make moves without all the answers. That's what I've got for you today. So again, I'm going to recap real fast. Emotional connections are the driver of business results. Seek to make at least one new connection every single day. Sales growth requires relationship mastery. Your income will grow at the same pace at which you're able to develop and grow new relationships. Number 3 is you are your number one marketing tool. Leverage that. You are the only thing that no one can compete with. You. No one can compete with you. Number 4 is there's way too much noise for you to be conservative. There's a difference between done and mediocrity. Again, reminding you, I love the quote, done is better than perfect. I agree. We're going to break past perfectionism and we're going to get things done. But don't also, mediocrity is not better than perfect. There's a line there. So make sure you're aware of that line. Okay. Number 6, consistent visibility will make you or break you. And number 5 is consistent visibility will make you or break you. Number 6, make moves without all the answers. Again, quote of the day by Tony Robbins. Anytime you sincerely want to make a change, the first thing you must do is raise your standards. Ask yourself today what standards you need to raise. Which of these do you really need to put focus on today to give yourself a spectacular chance of tremendous growth and breakthrough in the back half of the year? I'm going to leave you with that for today, y'all. All y'all amazing, and I appreciate you. 37 minutes of your time is so valuable, so I appreciate you spending your time with me this morning. Cheers and good morning to you. I hope your Thursday is amazing. Have a beautiful day. Be intentional with your time today. Be intentional with your talent. Be a good steward of the gifting and the abilities and the assignments and the people that the Lord has put on your plate. Raise your standards, and I will see you guys all around the web, right? Take care. God bless y'all. I'll see you guys later.